Hello YouTube. In this video, I'm going to discuss why I hate New York City and why specifically the Upper West Side, which is the neighborhood I live in. Apart from the rats, I've lived in New York City my whole life, and apart from the rats, the overcrowding, it's very overcrowded here. I mean, very. And there's people from all over, from different countries. When you're on dating apps, you can forget it. It's a bunch of tourists. Like if you're trying to date, if you want a serious relationship, you have to literally like fumble like a needle in a haystack with all of these tourists that come to New York City. So it makes using apps like Tinder even more difficult. Okay. Another thing I hate about New York City, and I visited different cities like Philly, New Jersey, is it's very racially stratified here. You don't see white people in customer service jobs. You don't. They're usually managers or, these tech companies or, jobs with some sort of authority. But they are never in service jobs. Usually service jobs, customer service jobs are people who are non-white. And that is a problem I have here. That is a true problem I have here. I really hate that. When I went to Philadelphia, even when I went to the South, I seen white people who were also behind a counter, serving people. But here, it's like they're never serving. They're always being served, and there's this expectation. And when I moved to my apartment on the Upper West Side, on the very first day I moved in, and I bumped into one of the neighbors, he disingenuously asked me, "Are you here to deliver me my package?" And I didn't even answer the guy. I looked at him like he was crazy, and I looked at him like, damn well, I'm the new neighbor here. I'm not delivering you any package. You just want to passive aggressively assert some type of false superiority that you have, and then he corrected himself, because I saw right through him, assuming that I was an Amazon employee. And yes, many of the Amazon employees, you see the majority will be non-white in this area. And when you go into the stores, retail, they will be non-white. When they are white, they have a complex. They don't like to serve you. Even the Jewish people here, they have this complex where they don't like to serve you. And also, I noticed that white men and women, white men are a little bit worser, but white men and women don't like to wait behind people who are not white in line. They don't. There's always something. I always have a white guy either trying to skip me in line, or when I'm being serviced at the counter, they'll come up to the person at the counter and start talking to them while I'm trying to be serviced. And I consider that very rude, and I've never had that happen in my life until I moved here. So when I went to Philadelphia, I visited Philadelphia recently, I'm not saying that I want white people to be poor, but I saw them, more of them in service jobs equally like everyone else, more of them poor, more drug addicts. Here, all of the drug addicts and everyone is mostly majority non-white. And I hate it. It's psychologically not good. Something about here is just not equal. And it makes New York City come across as a very white supremacist state. And when I get the opportunity, I would like to leave here. It's not good for my psychology living here. It's not at all. I don't enjoy living here. I think even New Jersey is better, or Philadelphia. I would rather pack up my things and just move to one of those cities, because I deeply hate New York City. On top of the usual problems, it is very classist here, racially stratified, and the type of personality that this city attracts, I find very repulsive.